Oh, you massive tit.
Hello!
Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought would have had the nerve to make a third one?
Hello! It's episode 3!
That's it. Right, yeah. First of all, when you've done your hellos and me and my fucking followers and all of this bollocks, I want to touch on your intro to podcast 2, right? Which I think went something along the lines of, "Hello, welcome to my podcast."
Hello and welcome to my podcast.
Yes,
episode 3.
that's exactly how it went, right? Do you want to shed some light on this comment, Massive Heat? Anything to say?
No, I don't want to be part of your shit podcast anyway, you shitcast.
No. Other than contributing your shit with your shit audio, exactly which bit is yours?
Right, that's it. I'm going to call YouTube headquarters, right?
I'm
going to tell them that I've not been paid for my contribution to the video, and I want all of the bits where I'm talking, I want them cut out.
That's easy, I can do that. To me, what I heard, the opening line there, the opening salvo of podcast 2, was you hoovering up glory. That's what I heard. And secondly, right, I want to clarify a statement I made on the last podcast when I said, and I quote, "I didn't realise you could get so much coke down one nostril."
Yeah.
It was the drink.
Oh!
Right.
Oh, that makes this podcast a lot fucking more boring then.
I wasn't inhaling it through a rolled up fiver off some sort of bird's thigh or anything like that. Yeah, it was coke. The drink, obviously. And thirdly, right?
Yeah.
Explain to me about the Dutch manager Jurgen Crap, as you called him at one point.
Look, he's all, and I'll say all because there's 100 pointless people out there that have watched this shit. He's all misunderstood and misheard what I said.
I don't think we did.
What I said was the Deutsch man.
The Deutsch manager.
I didn't say Dutch. I said Deutsch. And as we all know, the Deutsch in German is German. Right?
Yeah, but they don't need to have it in German translated to English to tell them what it means in German. They've already got the word.
We gave them the word.
What you're doing is you're giving them two unnecessary translations for a German word that they say every day.
Either way, I said Deutsch.
No, you fucked up the basics, is what you did. You fucked up the basics. I did a bit of research after we were on air, and I found out he's from Stuttgart. That's what I found out.
Stuttgart, right? in the Deutschland.
Yes. Very much yes.
Yeah,
yes. I mean, if he was called Jurgen van den Klopp or something, I could have understood that you might have thought he was Dutch.
Jurgen Klippity Klopp.
Jurgen Klippity Klopp. So, no, Jurgen Klippity is Dutch. It's Dutch. No, he isn't. He's German.
So you've done it. It's the word
fucking
Deutsch.
have. It's you've got me doing that now.
The word you're looking for is Deutsch.
The word I'm looking for is bollocks. In weather news, it's fucking Baltic. There ends the weather news. That's the end of the weather news. Right, as we normally do on these little podcasts, the way shit's going down at the minute. Coronavirus.
Yeah, well, big updates there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gone mental over here. I don't know what we're going to talk about when this thing fucking clears up. Either that or we're all dead, one of the two. But
it's about 115 cases you're up to over there?
Yes, it's gone absolutely mad. We now have 2 in Newcastle, so we're forging. We're heading for the comeback. That's what we're doing up here.
Are you? Did I hear right that you've got your first coronavirus-related death over there today as well?
Yes. Yes. So one poor guy, I think he was in Italy or Japan today. I think it was today. He was cured and then he died of coronavirus. They let him go. They let him out because he was cured,
Right.
and then he died.
Right. Would you get by a car?
So, no, I mean, I don't know. I've been into a lot of Clinton shops for cards and stuff and little fluffy teddy bears. I don't think they've got "Sorry, you thought you were cured, but you died" cards.
Yeah.
Or "Sorry, you weren't cured."
Yeah. It's one of those joke cards you want, isn't it?
Yeah. Happy Coronavirus Day. Sorry, you weren't cured. Sorry, I couldn't attend your funeral. I was walling myself up for 2 weeks.
Are you sure he wasn't? Are you sure he wasn't cured of coronavirus and then killed by just Corona the drink?
No. I checked this. I thought, look at this. This is. I'm going to look into this, and this is going to say to me that he was cured of coronavirus, and then he died. He was hit over the head by a fucking ambulance or something as he left the hospital. But no. It said that cause of death was coronavirus. So no. He died of that.
In news over here,
Yes. Tell.
New Jersey has its first case of the old corona.
And whereabouts in New Jersey would that be? What sort of towny area?
Well, without taking this down the wrong route.
A coronavirus rabbit hole.
Yeah. I mean, you would imagine that if it was to be found anywhere in New Jersey, you would imagine that it would be found somewhere with a high population, possibly of an Asian community, given where it started.
Right. Okay. Yes. I see. Yes.
And it has.
Right. Right.
This guy is from Fort Lee. You might have heard me mention Fort Lee.
I have heard of Fort Lee, and I have looked at the map of where Fort Lee is when you've been going there. So yes.
Mm-hmm. I've worked in Fort Lee a few times. There's about 6 or 7 of our staff work there full time at work. So apparently this guy had been in contact with a lawyer who also has coronavirus. It was in Westchester, New York.
Yeah.
So that's where they think he's getting it from.
Right.
And funnily enough, he's been taken to Hackensack Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Where the wife works.
Helpful.
So I'm looking forward to some fucking coronavirus for dinner.
Oh, we're having virus and chips, love.
Yeah. So she is not pleased.
No, I bet she's not. Have they been given? I mean, if this is too personal with details and stuff, didn't tell me to fuck off. But have they been given any sort of guidelines or anything in the hospital about what to do, what to look for, who to lock out or anything?
I think it's kind of happened quite suddenly that I imagine they're going to put something in place before the weekend is over. They'll probably get told something.
I think there's a lot of places like around the world they've been watching it on the news and think, oh God, there's a lot in Italy and a lot in where all these various countries and areas, and then all of a sudden your area gets one and they all go, oh fuck me, we better do something. Instead of doing something, knowing fine well it's going to happen. It's not going to fly over the top of you. Somebody somewhere is going to come in contact with somebody else and you're going to get it, or somebody from your area is going to get it.
Yep. Very reactive rather than proactive, I find.
Well, yes. Possibly yes.
So I think that covers the coronavirus news for today.
So you thought it did, but it doesn't, right?
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't, right? It doesn't because, right? I think I took these notes after the last podcast. Or tell me if I didn't. Serie A in Italy may finish behind closed doors.
Right.
No crowds at those games. The England-Italy Six Nations game cancelled.
Right.
Altogether.
Fair enough. Oh no! I have more.
Go on then.
I was led upon an email that my good friend from work showed me about the EDP Soccer League, which I have a little bit to do with over here.
Mm-hmm. What is EDP? Can you say what EDP is or not?
It's just a pretty high level youth soccer league in the New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania area.
Okay. No,
And,
is the answer I was looking for then.
And they've sent out shut up. They've sent out an email and basically said they're monitoring the situation, but it's not out the realms of possibility for them to cancel the entire spring season.
Yeah.
So that hit home a little bit, that one, because that's definitely
work. That's work.
That's my job. It's to do with me. So don't know what will happen there.
I do have an issue with it. I watched I'm sure I mentioned this last night, or I'm talking shit, or I'm losing the plot here.
100% that.
I don't remember saying this, but I know I only took these notes this last night. I listened to a doctor being interviewed on the Northeast News last night, right? And he said, we've got the first case here in isolation in Newcastle. If anyone's been in contact with this person, please hide yourself away, sort of thing. Keep yourself low profile. Don't mix with anyone.
Hide yourself
Well, you know
away.
what I mean. What's the fucking phrase I'm looking for? Somebody tell me.
Fucking isolation. What is it
That's them.
Hide yourself away. What, like a set of keys?
Yeah, like your fucking faces for anyway, anywho, right? He didn't tell us who it was.
Right.
I mean, what's the point in going on the Northeast News and saying, if anyone has been in contact with this first person who has the coronavirus in the Newcastle area, hide yourself away?
Well, that's because, there must be a bit of patient confidentiality there, because if you go, it was Susan's got it.
Fuck off, patient confidentiality. Fuck off,
everyone's
right?
Everyone's going to go around to Susan's house and start
I tried
3
times to get through to the hospital to speak to someone on the ward, but they wouldn't have it. They wouldn't give me a name. They wouldn't tell me what area she was from. How the hell do I know who she was? I might have met her.
Susan from down the road's got it. Right, well, I'll go into our house to throw bricks at our windows because she's dead.
Well, I'm going to burn her front room for her because she's a bitch and she's had the virus and not tell anyone.
Susan's a dirty bitch.
Well, let's be honest, you've got 2 weeks to do it.
Yeah, that's
She's
true.
not gone anywhere.
No. Well, other than in a box if she's dead.
Harsh. Yes, and the new James Bond film.
James Bond and the coronavirus.
No, it's called No Time to Die.
Is it?
Yes, it's supposed to be released next month, but it's been put back to November.
Has it?
Yes, it has, because they fear that no fucker would go and watch it.
No, probably not.
And two other pieces of news that were things that have been cancelled. I mean, there was like thousands of them. I just highlighted 2 main ones. The Durban Art Fair in South Africa.
Oh, never.
And the Milan Furniture Fair has been postponed.
Oh, fucking hell. I wish I'd taken out insurance on me tickets.
I wish I'd heard of it before I'd Googled it, but I hadn't, so I'm not going anywhere.
I know they have cancelled the Arnold Fitness Expo in Ohio.
Who the hell's Arnold? Oh, Schwarzenegger.
Right. Yeah, you tick. Yes.
Posh.
They've cancelled that whole thing. I mean, the show, the bodybuilding show and the strongman show and all that sort of stuff is all going ahead, but it's all going to be behind closed doors, and there's no expo, sort of fitness expo thing going on there. That's all been cancelled.
Yeah, the FA over here are saying they have contingency plans in place to play. They can play the rest of the season or part of the rest of the season behind closed doors should they need to.
Yeah.
So I mean, fucking God on you. I mean, you've got the Euros this year for a start. You've got the qualifiers for that stupid weird league that nobody was really fucking interested in 2 years ago. That we lost against Holland in.
I think the Euros are going to end up fucked. Like,
yes. If countries are starting to either cancel events in their own country or look to plan the certain remaining fixtures of events behind closed doors, you have no chance of holding the Euros or the Grand Prix or anything where people migrate across Europe to watch it. I'm surprised there hasn't been something done about the Champions League, because we're heading towards the second leg of the Champions League games. I don't know where we're up to. Sixth round or last 32, I think it is, round of 32 or round of 16.
You certainly don't want to draw an Italian team in that, do you?
You don't. You really don't. I mean, I don't know how much tomato puree a lung can ingest if you're face down in it. So, no, you don't want to be playing. I don't even know where the fucking final is, to be honest. But let's hope it's not Milan. Are you not going there? I mean, let's be honest. Milan will be very, very quiet now, so there should be plenty of room, saying as it won't be up to the tits and fucking furniture this year because the fair's been cancelled. So,
have they? I've heard they've lost a lot as a country. Lost a lot of money in tourism because
Italy for a start. Well, Flybe. Did you hear that Flybe had gone bust?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's going to happen. If people aren't if the people aren't moving anywhere, they're not going anywhere. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, if this had been about a month or so ago, I would have picked up a cheap bike, come over for a week.
I'm sure Mrs. A mentioned the price to me.
They're about 400 quid return at the minute, which is excellent.
Yeah, I'm sure it was even cheaper. I'm sure the one that was mentioned to me was even cheaper than that. But you can keep your American strain of coronavirus over there. We have a better class over here. Right, I'm going to introduce a new section to the podcast. Right.
Hang on a minute. I'm gonna have to pass this along to my lawyer. Have things signed.
No, it's nothing like that, right? And it's based on what happened on the last podcast, and this is called "Can We All Stop Talking About Liverpool Now?"
Oh, everyone mind the whole lot of work.
Yeah. I think what we'll do is can everybody stop talking about Liverpool now 1 week, and we'll do what's happening in Coventry the following week.
Yeah.
So, yes. Have they thrown away the league, I hear you ask?
No, you don't, because they haven't.
No. But they have lost 3 out of the last 4 games in all competitions.
That's all right.
And a 3-0, obviously a 3-0 demolition against Watford. And, of course, Mr. Mouth Almighty. What happened last night? Turned over by Chesley Rovers.
Yeah, I may have gotten the prediction wrong there.
I think you got carried away with this. I remember you saying Jurgen Klopp will crack the whip, although it was difficult for you to say. That's what you said.
Yeah.
And they will win 3-0, if I remember rightly, was what you said.
That is what I said, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they did they?
Oh, well, piss off. Charlie Nicholas there, shut up.
Charlie Nicholas. Oh, there's one other thing in the news I wish to discuss, right? And things like this annoy the piss out of me, right? Okay? I saw this yesterday and the day before, and I thought, I'm going to keep a track on this, right? Asteroid warning. NASA tracks a 4-kilometre asteroid approach. Could end civilization if it hits.
Do you know I saw this?
Did you see it?
I did see it.
Have you looked at it and read it?
I haven't read it in detail, but I did see that they put out a warning.
Yes.
For an asteroid.
I have. Right. What I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you some facts. Right. An object this big could potentially kill millions of people if it ever hits the planet in the distant future. Right.
Right.
It's going to close in on Earth on April the 29th. It's fucking March now. what are they classing as distant? Right?
April's not that far away, is it?
And now all of a sudden, they saw this, right, in 1987 was when they
Right.
saw this. And later on in 1987, they had mapped the trajectory of where it was going to go.
Yeah.
Okay? And what they reckon is, it is going to pass by the Earth 16.36 times the distance that the Earth is to the Moon.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Why am I seeing video clips of asteroids hitting New York? And all that, and black holes, and then one of them is end of the world. Is coronavirus the prophesied plague in the Bible? Well, it's clearly it's not your fucking asteroid, mate, is it?
I mean,
You talk about fucking scaremongering people, though.
yeah. Yeah.
It's yeah. Asteroid 0 or 2, right, is going to be 3.9 million miles, 6.2 million kilometers away from Earth.
It's pretty far, isn't it?
Well, yeah. And then I would ask, what's with the fucking New York fucking getting hit with a fucking with an asteroid? The Hudson's just evaporates, and the fucking fuck off, just fuck off. We are shite.
NASA, fuck off.
Yeah, NASA, went buy your fucking noodles. Watch the scaremongering, and it gets on your tits. They all do it. They all do it. I hate it. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. So yeah, I thought I would launch
NASA.
that one in there.
See what you did there, launch that one.
Yeah,
NASA,
yeah. Did you see, back on the football front, because I haven't finished with that, did you see any of the results from last night? Did you see Tottenham lost on penalties to Norwich in the 5th round of the FA Cup?
You know, no. I've been a little bit busy. Didn't see a lot of football yesterday.
Well, yeah, they did. They lost on penalties to Norwich. Tim Krul, the Norwich goalkeeper, who I might add is Dutch, right? Not Deutsch. He's actually Dutch.
That's similar.
Well, yeah, he saved 2 penalties, and then it all got a bit mad. Eric Dyer, for whatever reason, only known to himself at the end of the game, launched the Hordens, right?
I saw this.
Jetted himself up 20 rows and started. I don't think he hit anyone. I don't think there was any punches thrown. But he went up to where his brother was sitting and started pointing a finger and laying down some sort of smack verbally on somebody's arse. Nobody actually still knows what's happened. The club aren't saying anything. But it's quite strange. Quite strange.
Well, my guess is it could have been somebody from NASA.
What, looking for Eric Dyer?
And he's gone up there and he said, "Hey, you're scaring me and that with your asteroid."
Yeah,
shit."
your asteroid fucking nonsense. What's all this
Huh?
bollocks you keep fucking putting in me? I've just lost in a penalty shootout. Don't you think I've got enough fucking depression in my life? Don't know. And tonight's game, nice little meaty number tonight. Derby versus Manchester United, 5th round FA Cup. Wayne Rooney playing for Derby tonight.
Yeah. Oh, that broken leg or 7 wouldn't go amiss there.
Right, so okay, that's not the reaction I was thinking of. I was hoping they would beat Man United, to be honest.
There's every chance.
I would hope he would score as well. I quite fancy a bit of that.
There's every chance.
Still on the last couple of things on the football point of view, Sunderland versus the Gills this weekend. They are just outside the playoffs, the Gills, just 8 points behind the lads. We're at home 3 bells Saturday. predictions, please. Now, what I've noticed is that Gillingham are the draw specialists. They've had more draws. They've had 14 draws, I think. They've had the same amount of wins and the same amount of defeats, whatever, I don't know what it is. The same amount of, I think the same amount of wins, but they've had 14 draws. Right. So I think it's come up to the Stadium of Light and park a fleet of United buses.
Mm-hmm. I think Jurgen Klopp will have lent Parkinson his whip.
Do you? Is that what you think?
Yeah, in a very German accent rather than Dutch.
Okay.
No, I think we really need to get our finger out again.
I'll tell you what I think. I think we play 9 men behind the ball for the first 5 minutes.
Well, at least the first 2.
Then we won't concede.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. You would hope you'd. I mean, it's 8 points, and that. I mean, the Gillingham are no slouches, just outside the playoffs. But you would imagine, you would hope we would get 3 points there anyway. Barrow versus Notts County. Barrow top with 70 points, 8 points clear. Notts County 6th, but still 16 points behind. Again, Notts County no slouches in that league.
Yeah, I think the Barrow boys will be
the Barrow boys are at home. The Barrow boys have signed another player. News from today on the back of the signing of the West Brom. Well, I don't know if it was player or like we fucking invented last podcast. Some bloke in a car park. Some bloke in a car park volleying empty Fanta cans into a skip. They've clearly been to Blackburn and signed.
Look for Coventry.
Yeah, they went in the wrong way. They've gone, we're fucking here now. We'll have a look. And they've signed some fucking. I mean, I saw his name, but it meant nothing, and it wouldn't if I told you. But it's some guy from Blackburn. I tell you what I had noticed. I looked that ticket sales for this weekend for the home game yesterday already was 1,500. I gather from that hasn't impressed you much. In the words of some crap singer.
Yeah, that don't impress me much. That one.
That's ticket sales. That's not like people who pay on the gate and people who already have season tickets. That's extra nonsense. Still can't convince you then.
How many did you say it was?
1,500.
1,500. Well, that's funny enough. That's 1,499 more tickets sold than the amount of fucks I gave.
Right. Good. I like to see you getting behind the lads.
Right.
You arsehole. Absolute fucking arsehole, and I don't like you, and you're getting on me fucking tits now.
Right, I'm not coming on your fucking shackcast anymore.
Smashing? Absolutely smashing. Right?
You can sit there and bore 100 odd people to fucking death.
Yes, sporty stroke coronavirus news. The Sunderland manager has banned the team from going abroad. They must have either an international fixture break or some sort of break for a couple of weeks, the end of this month. Mm-hmm. Whether they could do what they like or go where they like for a couple of weeks or a week or whatever, they're now banned from going abroad.
So that's a cocaine-filled trip to Ibiza out of the question for the back door then.
It certainly is. There's going to be no Thai ladyboys getting strummed on the back of any gents. I don't know where I'm going with this, but never mind. I'll pack in now.
There's definitely going to be less coke up their noses than yours.
No, there was a load up mine day before. So yeah, that's I have I have no more news. That is all my news. I'm up to date with the coronavirus. I'm up to date with the football. I'm up to date with all your mistakes, which I like to get up to date with that. Oh, I have more things. Stevie's Hollybobs. Steph's Hollybobs. I start my Hollybobs tomorrow night, and I'm off for 9 days.
Oh yeah. Oh, you
Yep.
fucking really?
Yes, I am. Ask me anything. I'm off for 9 days.
Why?
Sorry, why what?
Why do you have 9 days off?
I've got a week's holiday and I've got stuff to do with I'm getting some work done in the West Wing of Steffi Towers.
West Wing.
All right, the front bedroom.
Yeah.
I've got some shit going down. I've got some things to do, and it's far easier to take. I was going to take a couple of days. I would arrange to take a couple of days. Now, apparently, it was far easier just to take the week to sort everything out and job done. So that's where we're in with that. Are you on holiday next week?
No.
Just me then.
Yeah.
Bitching.
Yeah. I'm not going to get a holiday unless there's a small infiltration of the old coronavirus this way.
Let's be honest. That's not the sort of holiday you want, though, is it? A two week self abstinence from life with a dose of the coronavirus.
I like holidays that involve corona, but not virus.
The bottle. No, I don't. I have to be honest. I think it's the reason it hasn't come to Northumberland, and I know why this is. That today I was driving to work this morning, and it was -3. Right. That's the coldest day my hands can remember was this morning.
Mm-hmm.
No, my hands are a pretty good thermometer. And it was very cold this morning at work. And the car said -3.
See, it's warm. It's been warm here the past few days. We're up to like 50s and 60s over here.
I saw on the weather they were saying, the far Welsh coast's expecting a heat wave this weekend. What the fuck are they classing as? How fucking cold is it now for them to be expecting a heat wave this weekend? For fuck's sake!
Do we know what the coronavirus preference is? Does it like a bit cold? Does it like it lukewarm? What is it like?
Well, I don't think it likes warmth at all. Viruses tend not to. That's why you don't get any of them in fucking Antarctica and shit like that. There's very few microbes and weird little, very tiny to the naked eye shitty things actually live in these remote.
You know, it's like being on a podcast with Sir David Attenborough. You know that.
I was thinking more about him that does the stars and the planets and stuff and things.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at all these fantastic little microby tiny shitty things here.
Yeah, but you see,
yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
My name's on the same page. What do they call that other fucking doctor fucking fellow? All the women love him.
Bob.
No. He's done a few TV programs and he's done like looking at the sky at night and shit.
What? Could you narrow it down?
Hang on a minute. I'm gonna narrow you fucking down. Let me have a look. Let me get rid of me notes.
You haven't got a clue.
Shut up, man.
Not a fucking clue.
You're right. That's why I'm googling his name. Not Isaac Newton, you fool. I'll give in.
Love. Dr. Love.
Dr. Strange Love. No, not him. What the fucking hell do they call him? What's his name? Brian Cox, man. Brian Cox.
Did you just say all the women love him?
Yeah, they do. They find him strangely attractive, Brian Cox. I don't know why.
In what way?
Well, I don't know if it's a romantic way or a sexual way or a having your way. I don't know. But apparently he's very popular amongst the females. This fellow.
Fucking really.
Which is how you can say that I would model myself on him. I'm very similar to him.
In absolutely no way, shape, or form.
Look, he lives in the same country as me. He breathes the same air as me. He speaks English, right?
Right.
At the minute, we're very, very similar people. He's a man. He talk. I watch him and he talks bollocks for fucking hours. Very similar. Yes, but him, Professor Brian Cox. He
So
was
not
on
doctor, not doctor then.
Sorry,
So is he a doctor or a professor?
I think he's a professor. To be honest, I think he's Professor Brian fucking getting on me tits, Cox.
Right.
I know he had a couple of gigs, which is apparently what the young kids call them these days. He had a couple of gigs at the in the town at the arena last year.
I did. Oh yeah, I did see there was tickets for that. It was Brian Cox talks tiny microby things.
No, that's his group. Brian Cox and the Tiny Microby Things.
Yeah. Yeah. Microby.
Fuck
tiny
off,
things.
right? Just fuck off. Away with yourself and fuck off.
The only fucking tiny microby thing hanging around here in this conversation is the one in your fucking head.
How was the car going anyway? Any chance of it fucking breaking down and burning you alive? No?
No.
Have you been to Wild Bob's fucking yacht engine fucking emporium and cut your own fucking head off? No?
No,
Good.
I haven't been there. I haven't been to Bob's Grill House and getting char grilled.
Barbecued your face.
No, I haven't been
Fucking
there.
hell you doing? I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you do over there. It certainly isn't fucking work. It's nothing
Get
like
yourself
work.
over to fucking Brian Cox's tiny micro emporium.
And catch Ebola or something.
Aye. Away and catch the corona.
Away and catch the corona. That sounds like something you see during an eclipse, isn't it?
What?
The corona.
Does it?
Yeah, and I believe that's a thing. It's where you get like a halo around the sun effect. I'm sure it's called a corona.
Hang on. Am I in a podcast with you? My dad?
Brian Cox.
In a podcast with Brian Cox now?
I told you we were very. Did I not say to you? Me and Brian Cox very similar. The girls dig were home with the Downies, right? Sorry?
He actually knows what he's talking about, though.
Well, I think I do.
Yeah, but that's the difference. He does. And
you think?
You do. Yeah.
Hang on a fucker. I'm not even googling. I know I'm so right. I'm not even going to Google it. I know the corona is the area of that could be areola, which is a different thing altogether.
That's more nipply.
No, it's definitely corona. It's the halo of light when the sun is slap bang over the top, or the moon's over the top of the sun. One of that. I don't know which way fucking round it is.
Talking utter vomit, I'm gonna punch you so hard you're gonna see a halo of light, mate.
I'm sure Brian Cox doesn't get fucking treated like this off his followers.
His followers? What, he's a Jesus?
He is Jesus, right? He's the chosen one. He's the chosen Brian Cox. That's who he is. I'm like me. I'm the chosen one, and I have a disciples.
I have 8 disciples.
Yeah, I have a disciple, and I don't have any disciples.
Fucking hell! I can't deal with this shit podcast anymore.
Remember the painting, The Last Supper, by that very, very famous foreign artist.
Yeah.
If that had been me, right, that would just have been me and a load of empty chairs.
I have a problem with The Last Supper.
There wasn't any more.
I have a problem with it.
Go on.
Why were they all on the same side of the table?
Well, so the artist could see them.
Yeah, but nobody sits like that ever.
You do when you're getting your face painted.
That's
I mean,
like,
not like as a tiger or a clown or something. I mean, when an artist turns up and
No,
says,
that's
sit at this
utter shite.
table.
I've never gone into a restaurant and said, "Can I have 32 seats, please?" And the person go, "Yeah, but there's only 16 of you." Yeah, we're all going to sit on one side
Hang on a
of the
minute.
table.
Where are you getting these numbers from? How many disciples did Jesus have?
All of them.
Yeah, and they were all on one side of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
There you
sure
go.
Giuseppe, who was doing the painting, said, "Is there any chance you can all sit on the one side of the table so I can paint your faces?" Something like that. Maybe it was in Latin, or maybe it was in I don't know whatever language they spoke back then.
Just before Giuseppe went face down into the oil
The
stream.
pasta! What coronavirus?
Giuseppe's got the corona, love.
Somebody take the pasta out of his hand and give us it here. I know it's either been poisoned, but it was Judas. Sounds like something Judas would have done.
It's a very Judas move,
I
coronavirus.
think Judas
isn't it?
poisoned him, that's what I think.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's just ridiculous that they all sat on the same side of the table. It's very... Have it taken up that much room in a restaurant? Arseholes.
It wasn't, they weren't in a restaurant.
You don't know that.
I do. I mean, I
You
never
don't.
saw any neon light or come to Giuseppe. Why is it Giuseppe's? So where did fucking Giuseppe come from?
Well,
Italy.
where were they? If they weren't in a restaurant, where were they?
Well, they were obviously in some sort of... I mean, clearly it was in... I've no fucking idea where they were.
Right,
I know they
well,
weren't in
Italian-
Italy, right?
Right. In an Italian restaurant, then?
No, they weren't in an Italian restaurant, no.
You don't
I
know
mean, I
that.
don't even know if Jesus... I don't even know if... Why am I getting involved in this conversation? I don't even know if Jesus set this up to find out about... I think he did, didn't he? He set this up to find out about... said that he would be betrayed. When the cock crows thrice, I will have been betrayed twice.
Oh, shut up.
Is what?
Utter piss.
That's what he said, and I think that was the demonstration that one of his disciples would. I don't know what the word that back then was called, like dob him in. I think was what the phrase, the local
He
phrase.
definitely didn't have a disciple called Doberman.
No, it wasn't. It was for the benefit of the fucker that dubbed him in, basically, whose name escapes me. What do they call him? The nasty one.
Judas,
yes, Judas the Caricot.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he did. He dubbed him in, and that's what happened. He got it 911. I think it was what he rang, and the local sheriff turned up.
No, I think what happened was...
Hello. What is
they
going on
played-
here? Then was how it worked, how it happened.
They played... Have you ever seen where you all throw your credit cards in a hat at the end of the night and you go mental on a boys' night out, and then whoever's card gets picked out of the hat, they have to pay the bill, right?
Right.
I think they played a Jesus-esque version of that. And because obviously credit cards weren't around there, they went into this restaurant, because I've decided they were in a restaurant. And they said,
Well, I have to be honest. I think you've mentioned the fact of this restaurant enough times for it to be actual gospel, if you pardon the biblical pun.
So they went into this restaurant and they said, "We'll have 32 seats," and they did the whole, "But there's only 16 of you." Yeah, but we're all sitting on one side thing.
So
right?
how does that make that twice as many?
I don't. It's not important.
It is. 16 of them went in and asked for 32 seats. What are they playing? What are they playing? When the music stops, we're all going to fucking take a seat away.
No, what I've said makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, it does. I think.
I don't.
16. No. I've got it. No. Yeah, I'm right. Fuck off.
Come on then.
Because if they'd asked for just 16 seats, they'd have had 8.
About half as many seats as they needed for your job to work.
No, because they've asked for 32 seats.
Yes.
They've got 16 on each side, so they can all sit on one side.
Right.
If they'd asked for just 16 seats, which is how many there was, they would have gotten 8 on each side, so they couldn't have all gotten on one side for the ping, you idiot.
Yeah, but they still only need the same amount of seats as there is people.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have gotten them all on one side of the table then.
Well, they would, because it's the same amount of seats.
You're an idiot. You're not getting this. Do I need to join?
I am.
you?
It's called. I am. It's honestly. I am. It's called fucking maths.
You're not.
I've never heard a joke start with 62 fucking disciples walked into a fucking Italians, apparently.
Right. Listen, Professor Brian Arse, I'm going to explain it again, right?
Yep.
If they'd asked for 16 seats,
Mm-hmm.
they would have gotten 8 on each side of the table, right?
Yes.
So there wouldn't have been enough on one side for them all to sit.
Well, why didn't they just pick the other 8 where nobody was sitting and move them round to the other side?
You can't just move restaurant furniture around.
Not even in them days.
No, they've asked for 32 seats.
Again,
so all 16 of them can
32.
sit on one side.
There isn't 32 of them. There's only 16 of them.
I'm aware of that, but they want them all on one side.
Then move some empty fucking seats.
Oh, you've just said you can't do that.
There's only 60. Mate, Giuseppe, I know there's 25 of it, but is there any danger of 75 seats? Why? Because I like me fucking toast buttered on 3 sides. I mean, what sort of bollocks argument is that?
I know that I'm right.
And who's fucking Giuseppe?
You said Giuseppe.
You the one who said they were in an Italian restaurant. I just made the name up.
Well, fine. They were in an Italian restaurant and Bob Ross came and painted them. It's a happy Jesus.
Is this the start of a really crap joke? Fucking 16 disciples and 32 chairs and Bob Ross, right? And Giuseppe walked into a bar.
Anyway, back to where I was originally, playing credit card roulette with
Yes, back
your
to the
catch, right?
Yeah, go on then.
So they're getting a 32-seater table and there's 16 on one side, right?
And 16 empty chairs on the other.
That's correct. So they're not in. So it's not obstructing Bob Ross's painting,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah. And they don't have credit cards then. So what they've
Really?
done
Really?
what they've done is they've taken the reins off all of their donkeys. And hear me out.
This isn't developing towards a game of shortest straws, is it?
And they've put all of the reins from the donkeys in a big bag. And they've asked the bartender at the end of the night, pull a donkey rein out of this bag.
Pull a donkey rein out of
And
the bag?
whoever's donkey's reins they pull out of the bag, that's who has to pick up the bill. And my guess is they've pulled out Judas's donkey's reins. And then he's getting pissed off.
Like Roman Reigns' brother.
Yeah, that's him. The wrestler, yeah, that's him. And then they said, right, Judas has decided, right, I'll pay the bill, but I'm not fucking happy about it, so I'm going to go and kill Jesus.
I have to be honest, that is a really, 1, really shit story. 2, really long story for a really shit answer. I mean, donkey reins.
Yeah.
Donkey reins. It's
Well,
a
what
shit
else would you
substitute
put
for
in the
shortest
bag?
straw.
What else would you put in the bag? You don't have credit cards? Car keys?
Where did they get the bag? What was it, an Asda bag? Like a bag for life they had?
It'll be some sort of
a bag for
flower
life,
bag.
or as Judas knows it, a bag until tomorrow, mate.
It'll have been a flower bag.
Hmm?
A flower bag, a bag that you would have flour in.
Yeah. I have to be honest. I've lost what little plot I had left. Giuseppe's handed his notice in. Bob Ross has given up on the fucking painting. There's donkeys wandering around everywhere. Nobody can get them back because none of them have got fucking harnesses or saddles on.
Even if, and this is a big if, I'm wrong. Right?
Even if I'm wrong.
I know.
Even if generally I'm right, but I may have gotten a few details slightly wrong.
Even if I'm slightly wrong.
Yeah.
About everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know I'm completely right about the table.
About the table?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you are.
I stand by me facts on that.
Do you?
Yeah. If you were going to go into a restaurant,
he's fucking. I'll tell you what it is. He's labouring this fucking thing, isn't he?
Because I'm right. If you were going to go into a restaurant and say, right, I want a family portrait painted of me and the fam when we're having something to eat here, and there's 16 of us, you wouldn't ask for a 16-seat table because it's going to be 8 on each side.
I Do you know? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't.
You
My
would
head's
ask.
gone like red and fuzzy inside. It has no idea what you're talking about, and that is the major reason why I don't like religion.
I'm gonna draw you a picture and send you.
Good, you do that. Draw me a picture, send it. I'll burn it, roll it up, and I'll ram it up your arse.
Ah, right.
And
Well, on
that note, right, you're talking
Yeah.
bollocks. I'm going for a piss. You're getting on me wick.
Yeah, I've had enough. I'm going into the shop now because religion once again has annoyed me.